Hey, welcome back. It's hard to squeeze so much into 15-minute segments, and I'm trying to keep them all as close to 15 as possible. I think that's like a magic number for YouTube or something. I don't know. I'm just learning all this. But I wanted to tell you a couple of the oddities, different unique things that have happened since I began this journey. One of the funny things is the reoccurrence of themes. I have high functioning autism, Asperger's, whatever. The DSM-5 changes it for whatever best suits their insurance claims. But anyway, so it's just, I'm more or less obsessed on patterns and stuff. But one of the ironically funny recurring patterns is Bob. I bought the boat from an older gentleman, very nice gentleman named Bob. The boat's name, which it's bad luck. Not that if you heard my first video, you would think there's no point in trying to divert bad luck anyway. But I've had a lot of great things happen too. But anyway, I bought the boat from a guy named Bob, and the name of the boat, which you're not supposed to say, but it was hinged around Bob. Bob was in the middle of the name of the boat. I went through the proper ceremony, and there's an actual boat renaming ceremony. I took it very seriously, since this is my life. You may hear boats or something go by, but took it very seriously, renamed the boat. So if you see the boat named Not for Hire, K-N-O-T, obviously, then hey, it's me. Give me a shout out or say hey. But anyway, bought the boat from a guy named Bob. And then after Eastport Marina's fiasco and the hack job that was done on my boat, I was basically told that I have to fix it myself. And there I was, essentially flat broke. Well, not essentially, I was flat broke. I was told to basically rerun the new hot wires to the main bus upstairs directly straight down to the battery. The only reason I was able to fix the boat myself was because of the generosity of a random guy. I met a lot of great people while I was down there at the storm shelter. A ton of great people, and one of which was a gentleman named Bobtherington. Bob, I love you, man. He's an awesome dude, biker dude. He was an angel to me, but you probably think he was a hell's angel. Awesome, sharp guy, though. Taught me all about how to use a voltmeter, checking for resistance, things I just really had never done or learned before. And Bob repairs Sea-Doos, jet skis. And he said, man, I don't know much about boats. He said, but I know 12-volt systems, and you've got a 12-volt issue. And sure enough, Bob, he even got me the wire, 20 feet worth of wire required to run it from the upper helm down to the bottom, and still checks up on me, still. And I could call him in a heartbeat if I had some kind of technical issue. Been doing all right so far, though. But so I bought the boat from Bob. The boat had a name that included the word Bob. The only reason I was able to continue my journey mechanically was because of the help of Bob. And then furthermore, I get down to Havana Tall Timbers, which, by the way, It's another must stop. People fly down when they do the Great Loop. The Great Loop is basically a giant loop. You can take the entire eastern waterway system and go from Chicago all the way down to Mobile Bay, around Florida or through Florida, and then come back up the ICW, come back in through New York and around the Great Lakes, and essentially make a 6,000 mile loop. So I didn't learn about it until this year, that it was an actual thing you could do. But and a lot of people that do the Great Loop, I think they try to fly too fast through the river systems, you know, get there and get done with it. And they have money to burn, or, you know, large amounts of money saved up just for this. I don't. So what I do is I have two twin 260 Mercury Blue Water 5.7 GM motors, and I've idled the entire way anytime I take a trip, and got down to Havana Tall Timbers. But there again, I meet a guy named Bob, the owner of the marina. Wonderful guy. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but they have legit the best mudslides on the planet. Seriously. I would pull in just for mudslides. It's got to be on a Friday through Sunday, but if you plan accordingly, you'll be like, yeah, he was right. Anyway, Bob, he gave me the reassurance of trying to go down to one engine. I have two engines. Each engine has a devoted 70-gallon tank, so I got 140 gallons of fuel I can fill up with, and then I have two 6-gallon portable containers too that I can top off for like extra long runs. And Bob was the one that encouraged me to head down to only using one engine. And so ever since Havana, I'd basically start up one engine. Well, I'd start up both engines, take off, get in the channel or in the clear, and kill one engine, start a timer on my phone, and after 2 hours or sometimes 3 hours, I'd go start up the other engine, kill the one that had ran for 3 hours, reset my timer, and so they both have equal hours on them. And it's putting down the water at like 3 or 4 knots. You never get more than 5 knots, not in my experience. And but it's incredibly huge savings on gas. It feels like you instantly go twice as far if you have the time to kill, which that's all I do have is time. But it's just the ironic theme of, you know, Bob helping me at Tall Timbers, and then Bobtherington, the CD mechanic, is the main reason I was able to mechanically have a sound running boat again. And then the boat, Bob, included in the name because of the owner, Bob. It just seems like a very constant recurrence of Bobs, so I'll probably meet 40 more Bobs along the way of the journey and just laugh every time somebody tells me, my name is Bob. But I'll tell you something else stupid. This is absolutely stupid but funny, but a lot of people don't know there's a kind of surprising number of eyewitness accounts of people who see, they call them pterodactyls. Pterodactyl is a specific type, but really what they see, everybody from Canadian pilots to Joe Blow going to work early on the road in Virginia or out in Utah, have accounts of seeing these pterodons flying. Featherless, they have the back thing. They're huge, massive birds. And they don't know what else to call it because they're featherless birds. And they look like what we grew up calling pterodactyls, you know. Well, for some dumb reason, I was sitting on the back deck, just thinking, I don't know, you got time to kill and you're crazy in your head anyway. I'm like, man, I wonder what would happen if a pterodon flew down on me. And I swear to God, at that minute, this giant, I don't know if it's a blue heron or I don't know birds like that, but it's that bluish gray stork or crane or whatever it is you see on typical lakes and swamps and waterways. Giant bird, I guess. He saw the boat. He was there. You know, I've been anchored down for 5 days probably. And I guess he thinks he's going to land on the boat. And he flew down and he starts to land. And I look up above me and there's this giant bird that doesn't look exactly like a pterodactyl. It doesn't look a whole lot like it at all. But the fact that I was just thinking that, and here comes this giant, like, stork crane looking bird about to try to land on my boat. And I freaked out. I was like, ah! And but stuff like that, you know, I scare easy about things like that. Things that are, I just don't play. I was in munitions, explosives in the Air Force for 8 years. I don't play around with anything like that. I don't like surprises. So, but I thought how funny it was to be sitting there having that thought, and within 3 seconds be freaked out like a little kid that had a spider land on him or something. when this big old gray bird starts to like descend on me and try to land on the bimini top. But it was pretty hilarious after the fact, of course. But I've had a lot of great experiences, man. A lot of great people, a lot of good kindness from everybody, from Seneca all the way down to the current city of Hardin. And so although I've gone through a lot, I don't want to overshadow that with the fact that I've met beautiful people the entire way. I'm very grateful for them. Grateful for my family. Like I said, Jason and Penny that helped me keep going further down the road. And if anybody wants to help, they can. I'm not begging, no. Things have a weird way, and although I forget it sometimes, things have a weird way of working out, you know. And even though it may seem like it doesn't work out, if you just hang in there long enough, you see, oh, that worked out pretty good. Somehow, even if it's crazy or unfortunate at the time. But anyway, I just wanted to add this since I'm trying to start this new channel and trying to keep it short enough. But I hope you got a kick out of the last story anyway. You surely would have got a kick out of seeing me react to it. But anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate you. And stay tuned.
TakeTones.com.